Okay, we have here a Donkey Kong 2. This is that kit, Donkey Kong 2, DK2. Is it a high score saves or something? It's Donkey Kong 2 ROM and a high score save, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know much about those things. But it's definitely Donkey Kong 2, TKG 4. Or Donkey Kong. It's definitely Donkey Kong board set. Pots have been replaced. You see new replacement pots. Okay. Board looks decent enough. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and for repair purposes, I'm going to remove this thing and just put a CPU in it. And that might mean that I need to replace the CPU socket right off the bat. Because this is a wild card factor right here that I need to just eliminate. Let's get this thing working as Donkey Kong, and then we can put this back in it. So I'm going to take these boards apart, get them off of the metal frame, and lay them out and go from there. Okay, so I had this thing all hooked up, and I was just going to do my power checking preliminarily before I started the next part of the video. But anyway, I turned this thing on, and the connector that goes in right here was getting flaming hot, and I had no voltage. It was killing all the voltage, so I was like, okay, there's a short somewhere. So I turned this thing over and I looked, and you can see this cap work here. That is not supposed to be shorted to that plane right there. The tale of two Donkey Kong boards. This is a Donkey Kong board that I have here, and if you look, that is not shorted to that plane. So that is just absolutely shorting out this board. So I'm going to undo that, undo this stuff, straighten it up, and I'm just going to remove that cap actually completely. Get it out of there. Fix it proper, clean these joints up, and then move forward. Okay, we are hooked back up. I've replaced this capacitor. It is no longer shorted. We've got our power back hooked up. So we're going to go ahead and put the camera in position. And we will see what kind of voltage we have. Huh. How's that? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Sorry. So sorry. Trying to get a better angle. Yeah, that's not great, but that says 46 millivolts or something like that. I don't know what this thing, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn on the game, and I want to measure the voltage right down here at this cap. Okay. And we got negative 4.8. So our power is back to good. And 13.5. Our 5 volts is 494. And negative 5, 485. So our power is A-OK now. So our power is a-okay. We have nothing going on. We have garbage, static garbage on the screen. Which is better than what we had. We had a complete short on the video board. Okay. So our problem is on this PCB. And this might be a CPU problem in this socket. I don't know. I think the first thing I'll do is try to reseat some chips. So let me go ahead and reseat some chips and see if that does any good. Okay, I reset some stuff, no problem, or no change. I replaced the CPU. Here's the old one. And Donkey Kong. So it looks like this CPU gave up. So we had a video board short and a bad CPU. So I will go ahead and I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to see if it was a reseating thing. I don't think so, as I did try to reseat it. I'm going to try this thing one more time before I officially deem it to be dead. Alright, so I put the old CPU back in the board and it's working. It just didn't make good contact in that socket. You know, from having that thing in the socket there, it's hard to just put a CPU back in there and get a good connection. So it turns out this thing, the only thing really that was wrong with it was this board was shorted out. So, yeah, we fixed that and fixed the short out problem, and I can put this back together. I'll put that double Donkey Kong thing or whatever it is back on it. And that thing should go nicely into that original socket and be all set. Let's do that. Alright, I got the original CPU back in the original DK2 thing. Sunk down into that socket nicely. That socket is really good for those things. It really goes in there nicely. And we're running. Donkey Kong 2. It came up with some kind of test screen or something like that when it first booted up. I didn't really look at it. I don't know much about these kits. But, yeah. Donkey Kong. And it's got a high score on there, so it saves high scores. And Jack. Jack has been playing the heck out of this game. Alright, cool. So it turns out this one had a shorted out video board. That was it. So we spotted that, fixed it, and it's good to go. So I'm going to hook up the speaker, hook up my amplifier and stuff, and here's some Donkey Kong, play some Donkey Kong. I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to switch over games and whatnot. I am going to put window coverings on all of the EEPROMs. And yeah, go ahead and try to play some Donkey Kong 2 or Donkey Kong or something. Okay, I have the speaker hooked up. Play us a little Donkey Kong. A little Sideways Kong. So let's go ahead and It's on free play. Start. Oh. All right, one more try. Ah. All right, I'd say that's a successful test. Donkey Kong. All right. So I'll leave this one on for a handful of hours and just let it run and make sure it ain't going to fail as always. So this was a nice, quick, easy one. It was just a shorted out negative 5-volt line is all it was. Yeah. All right. as always, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next. I think my next one is another Donkey Kong. Maybe I'll just put that in with this video. We'll see. Alright, so it has been 4 hours. I just came back out to the shop and it's still on. Not dead. So, not dead yet. Ugh. Do a little play. Just a little. Make sure it's all directions working on it. Sound is good. Graphics are good. Up, down. Yep, that's it. So that's good for this one. And we'll go ahead and put it back on its metal frame. This one's good to go. We'll move right on to the next set. And here is set number 2. This is a Donkey Kong Jr. DK Jr. And it's got the high score saves thing on it. High score save. It's complete. Looks decent enough. Looks decent enough. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put this one down on the bench and see what we get. Alright, we've got the second board all hooked up and ready to fire up. I took the kit thing out. Just got the Z80 in. I got my meter ready to go. So we'll go ahead and test our voltage as soon as we fire it up. And we are on. -5. Nothing. We have 12. We have 5. We have no -5. And we have no video. We have no -5 volts. Let's turn it off and see what might be going on. Where is my... Alright, here is the power. So power is going into this board. We do have... Let me just check one more time. Okay, our power's back on. This is -5 right here. We do not have -5, but we have our other voltages. There's your 12 and your 5. No -5. Alright, I'm going to unhook the video board and take a look at the back of it and see if we don't have the same kind of thing with a short on this one. Be right back. And I've got just checking the ground here, and we have a direct, that's the -5 input right there, and it's a direct short to ground. Yeah. Direct short to ground, so we'll have to figure that one out. I'll have to look at the back of the board. I already looked and I didn't see anything that was super obvious, but I need to take another look, so I will do that and be back. Okay, I have removed the -5 volt filter cap, and that was not a problem this time, but I got to looking over here and noticed this. See this? That's a cap. This lead to this lead is a capacitor, an electrolytic. it's shorted. This is shorting it. So I have no idea what that's all about. If we look at this board here, on the other board, this if I can find it, this is shorted to this, which means this cap is shorted. See, this cap is shorted to itself. Strange. So we'll go ahead and remove that short. I'm going to put this cap back in the board. As I took it out and I tested across it to see if it was shorted, and it was not shorted. So we'll put that back in the board, and then we'll remove this. Odd. Okay, let's do that and see what we get. Okay, so we've done our cleanup. I've replaced this cap. It's the same cap that was in there. I just put it back in the board. And we got it all cleaned up. Nice and neat. And then over here, I kind of clipped these and cleaned that up, and then this was our problem area, which that's soldered onto the other side, so I just clipped it short. Clipped it close to the board. It's soldered on the other side. And there, no more short. Yeah, it's right here is where that's soldered to the board right there. So yeah, there we go. No more short. There should be no more short now. So we'll go ahead and hook back up and see what we get. Okay, and let's turn back on. Okay, it is on, and we'll check our voltages. Here's -5, which now we have our -5. And our 12, and our 5. All right, so we now have our voltages, and more importantly, we have our gain, but I just saw it flip. I just saw it flip like cocktail mode, flip. And I'm wondering if that is, yep, that's exactly what it is. Flaky cable. Yep, I press on that cable and it's just going flaky. So, try to get it to run stably. It's not going to happen. See, it's going bananas. Let's replace the cables. Alright, here's the originals. This is the one that was flaky. This one I'm not sure about yet. But I've got a matching set here. And you can see I can mess around with them all I want. And it does not flake out. Yeah, so these guys are just flaky. Dirty, flaky, I don't know. Might just need to be cleaned up, I don't know. But I'm just going to send it along with these on it. Cover up the EPROMs, of course. And we'll go ahead and start up the, I'll put the thing back in it. Put Windows on the EPROMs. Hook up the speakers. Hook up the speaker. And play some Junior. Alright, got the speaker hooked up. We're on. I got the high score thing in. And you can see it's got 38,000 up there for a high score. Yeah, it did its typical whatever. When it boots up, it does. It goes into like a setup screen or something, and then it just went right to this. So, yeah. Go ahead and set this up and play Donkey Kong Jr. I'll turn off some lights a little bit, get a little bit of a glow. All right, and let's do it. DK Jr. Fun game. I always liked it, but it's hard. Ah! Try to get past this first level. Yes! This is such a cool game. Oh! Oh! Darn it! Come on. What? What? Wait, what? Whoa. What's going on? It's bullcrap. And this, everybody, is why I don't like high score save kits and stuff like that. Weird stuff like that happens. You know what I'm going to do? Let's turn it off. I'm going to take the high score save kit out and play it normal. I want to see if it does that without this high score save kit in it. Man, this thing's hard to take out. I'm just going to grab a different CPU. I don't want to take the CPU out of that thing. I'll just grab another one. Pop in there. And hopefully I can get to that level. Okay, we're running. Hopefully I can get back to the second level. I have to coin up. And Oh, come on. Okay. Too bad I don't have any guys left. I just want to see if I go through these keys again. What is that? What's going on? Is that something normally that happens? I don't remember that ever happening, but I've never played this game a whole lot, to be honest. Oh, try to get there again. Come on. Nice. I guess you have to grab it. I don't know. I never noticed that before. It seemed to do it worse with the high score save kit. Yeah, it does it with this too, though. I think you have to stop and and grab these. I never noticed that before. You have to just you can't just go right through them. Interesting. I never knew that. Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and put the kit back in it. So I'm going to turn it off really quick. Remove the CPU that I put in it. And put the kit back in it. Okay. And we're back on. Alright. Well, we're going to call this a success. I just never really noticed that before, how that you have to kind of let Donkey Kong Jr. grab those keys. You can't go right through them. I never I've never played this game a whole lot, to be honest, though, so I never noticed that. Cool. We're gonna call it good. So you had a 2-for-1 this time. 2 repairs in one. Both of them were shorted out -5 lines from previous cap repairs, cap replacements. Yeah. A couple of nice easy fixes. We'll leave this one on for 3 to 4 hours like I did the other one. And then I'll cap it off with playing it, and I'm sure it'll be fine. And yeah. A lot of people I see in the Facebook forums and stuff, this is a little tip that I'll give. I see a lot of people with Nintendo hardware like this where your sides are flaky and you can't sync and stuff like that. My guess is if you're not using an original power supply, you're using a switcher. You cannot use this type of a switching power supply in a Nintendo Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Jr. or Mario Brothers. Punch Out is fine because there's no -5. Anything that uses -5, this video board lives off of -5 volts. All this ECL stuff. And they're power hogs. I use this guy right here, which is... Ooh, I cannot remember exactly. I've got it written down somewhere. It's a... I can't even... it's totally escaping my mind. But this guy right there is what I use to power Nintendo. And if you want to know, let me know in the comments, and I'll look it up what it is. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head. But yeah, so you can get them at Mauser Electronics or DigiKey Electronics or whatever, whatever your choice is. But that's power supply you need to use to power Nintendo boards, not a switcher, not one of these. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough on the -5 line. That's it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll get to play this one more time at the end of the burn-in. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Peace out.